this is Narayana. In last class, I explained what is UDS protocol and what are the service IDs and what are the NRCs are there. So I explained different types of services is there, different types of NRCs is there. So I just given a brief introduction about that. And today I will tell you what is the use of UDS protocol and what is UDS protocol, why used UDS protocol in automotive domain. So let's start the video. Okay. So UDS protocol. What is UDS protocol? UDS is a unified diagnosis service. It is a address based protocol. When we are giving the request, then only the ECU will send the response. So here when we give the request to the your ECU, the ECU will send the respond. So what is diagnosis means? To know the ECU information like ECU faults and ECU serial number, ECU chassis number, and vehicle VID, VI number means VI means vehicle chassis number. So software version checking and voltage, power on, power off conditions. So we have different types of faults checking. So we use this to call this as a diagnostic. So what are the next scenario means what are the first protocol. Okay, what is the first service ID from the UDS? Okay, in which we have the different service IDs, right? So I will explain today 10th service ID. What is the 10th service ID? Okay, I will explain you. Okay, 10th service ID is nothing but a diagnosis session control. Diagnosis means here we have to diagnosis or checking the defects from the ECU. Okay, how to use this service ID, I will explain you. Okay, diagnosis session control 10 service. Okay, the main purpose of this diagnosis session is to give the security. Okay, to give the security to the ECU. It will prevent the ECU from unwanted access or and only authorized person can be access to it. See here, when other person, or for example your car is a Nissan and your friend car is a okay BMW. So there is a difference between two cars, right? So same way, your friend comes to access your car, okay, uh, without any key, without another key. How is it possible to open your car is unlocked? No. So same way, this type of security features will be provided. So from this 10 service, okay, the main purpose of this to prevent the unwanted access. So another person do not have the license to access your car. So these type of security features will be provided by the 10 service. Okay, in this diagnosis session control we have the three subfunctions. Okay, it has three subfunctions, which is default session, programming session, and extended session. In I will explain you the clearly one by one session. Okay, what is what I will explain you. So coming to default session, after the power on the ECU, for example, if you power on the ECU by default, okay, when we power on the ECU will be default in default session. Okay, by default it is in default session. Whenever any ECU will get powered on, the ECU will be activated with the default session. For example, if you take the any ECU like body control module you take, so it is a body control module ECU. So in this ECU, when we start the car, it will be in default session. So it will it will be in default session to activate the default session. Okay, next coming to what is the next subfunction. The next subfunction is a programming session. So what is the use of this programming session means? Okay, so what is the use of this programming session means? It is in a second subfunction. So suppose we have to flash the software. Okay, when we are flashing to the software, we are going to programming session. So go to, coming to default to programming session, and we can dump the program in programming session, or flash into the programming session, where into ECU we have to go programming session. In default session we can't upgrade, because in default session we can't upgrade the program, and we can't dump the program, because this is the starting condition, right? So your ECU will be in starting condition. For example, you take your car, you started your car, but you didn't apply gear. Car will moving? No. Same way, when we power on the ECU, we can't dump the code directly. We have to go default to programming session, and we can dump the program there. So is, see, in default session we can't upgrade the software for the ECU, because the default session does not have access to reprogramming the ECU. For example, in default session we didn't have the right to upgrade the software. Okay, this is the programming session. So coming to next, third one is an extended session. In extended session, to enable, or to enable the all the services in this session is used to unlock the additional diagnosis functions like system safety designs. Sorry, to see, I will explain you. Okay, to enable all the services in this session is used to unlock the additional diagnosis functions like system safety design diagnosis sessions, or ADAS session, ADAS features. These different, and the remaining is there na, remaining services, 11 service, 11 service, 14 service, 19 service, 22 service, 2E, 3E, 27, 28, 31, 85. This type of service, or to access all the service in the canoe, we have to use extended session. In this extended session we can access all the services. Okay, what is the, okay, next coming to in default session. Okay, we have what is the message request from the 10th service, how to give the command to ECU. It is in a message format. Okay, so every message we have to consider the some parameters like, okay, see, some parameters which is, okay, what are the parameters means, the parameters is, see, it is DLC. So every message, or every message we want DLC. And coming to here, service ID, what are the service ID? Okay, and this is the subfunction, which subfunction we are using. So this is, these are the main parameters for the message request. Okay, in this message request we have different types of message requests are there. So see, consider first one is a physical request. We have to use physical request, and we have to use the functional request. So I will explain you what is functional, what is a physical request first, and then I will give the example to you. Okay, wait a second. Yeah, physical request. Physical, it is a words to converts one ECU to one ECU information, or one ECU to one ECU signal transmitting. So in this physical, UDS requests are sending to a signal specific ECU on the network. What are the, so your car, for example, your car has a different types of, okay, different types of ECUs, right? So in these ECUs we have to choose a particular ECU and communicate with your system. So that request is also, that request is nothing but physical request. So if the diagnostic engineer already knows the module, okay, or ECU is experiencing the faults, they can directly connected to the particular ECU using the physical address. So you know the BCM physical address and you know the BCM ECU, and directly we can connect. So directly we can connect and we can check the what are the faults in the ECU. So in that, this is a target approach allows to them to send the diagnostic request directly to the identified, okay, to identify the ECU, right, to identify the ECU and retrieve the diagnostic data from the specific module. So we have to track the data from that specific module, okay. This is the physical request. And coming to functional request, one ECU to many ECUs. See, here we have different types of ECUs. So we have to communicate, okay, we have to communicate with another ECUs, right? So your car has multiple ECUs. So it will communicate the different types of ECUs. Okay, what are the different ECUs are there? So to that ECUs, okay, we can connect from this this format. Okay, so a functional request is a broadcast type message because it is in a broadcast type message. It means to send all the electronic control units present on a CAN network. How many ECUs are there? So how many number of ECUs are there? So we can connect or connecting to the CAN communication protocol. So to that CAN network, this is a helpful when the specific functionality module or ECU causing a issue is not to know. For example, if the different ECUs are connecting to the functionally, see in many of the ECU, which ECU will be giving the false or which ECU will get the false, it will gives the functional request. So this is the functional request. Then the diagnosis tester wants to together the information from all the ECUs to identify the source of problem to solve that problem. So these are the physical and functional requesters are there. And what the why we need the diagnostics in vehicles? So this is the question in previously interviews also, so many of them asking. So this is the one of the question I will tell you in more, why we need diagnosis in vehicles. So why we need diagnosis means to find the specific, what are the specific functionalities like, okay, specific functionalities we are using, right? BMS, so ABS anti braking system, and self driving cars, and so different types of features are there, right? So to find the what are the problems in that modules, how it is a safety for the customer, so we have to test. So that's why we need diagnosis session control. Okay, we need diagnosis for the vehicles. So coming to here, and what are the default, what are the message requests, right? So in this message request we have from the positive, what is the TX message we are giving, and what are the RX message we are getting. So I will say first one is DLC we need, and DLC we need. So in DLC also, see here, we need DLC, service ID, and subfunction. See, this is the request. You are giving the request. Okay, it is the request. So what is the positive response? How to write the positive response means, here see, this is not a 60, I think this is the 60. So this is 60. So what is the positive response means? DL is a 6 0 0 6. This is the not 60. This is 60. Okay. Next, coming to service ID. So in every positive response we have to add here, see, plus plus 40. See, every positive response we have to add plus 40, because it is an diagnosis ISO certified. Okay, the the ISO will be decided to add the plus 40. This is the scenario. So we have to follow the rules and regulations for this message response. So this is the request we are sending, means DLC 2, service ID 10, and subfunction. What is this subfunction name? 01. 01 means what? This is 01. This is the 01 means default session. What is the positive response? 60, 50, 01, and 00, 32. It is nothing but P2 time. Okay, I will tell you what is P2 time, what is P2 start time. This is P2 start time. So this is 01 F4. This is the positive response for the default session. So I will see what is P2 server time and P2 extended, means the tester who has to, or tester or client waits from the response from the ECU. What is P2 time? It is a 50 milliseconds. What are the response, or what are the response is getting from the ECU? It will take 0 to 50 milliseconds. So in this 50 milliseconds, okay, in this 50 milliseconds, we can convert these 50 milliseconds into, see, hexadecimal form. So when we convert this into hexadecimal form, it will get 00 and 32. This is the decimal format. Okay. What is P2 star server means? Server time means, here see, 50 milliseconds. Okay. 500 milliseconds here. P2, sorry, P2 start time. It is a 50. We can convert into hexadecimal. What is the hexadecimal format? 01 F4 is the hexadecimal for the P2 start time. Okay. See here, enable the different diagnosis service to unlock the ECU or reset the ECU. We have to wait from the default P2 server. Maximum time supported from the server. How much time it will be supported to the server? It will gives the time. It will take the minimum time. How much minimum time is? 50 milliseconds. So it will take 50 milliseconds to give the respond for the first minimum time for the for the service. Okay. Next, P2 time means here it is the maximum time. How much time it will take? 500 milliseconds. It will take to give the response from the ECU. So this is the P2 time and this is the P2 start time. See here, and we have some questions for you. So if you know the answers, please comment in comment section. Okay, what is the functional request and what is physical request? So can you please answer these two questions in comment section? So thank you for watching this video today about today for this topic. Okay, I will explain you on tomorrow, which is 11 service, which is a ECU reset. So what is the ECU reset, how it is helpful, and how it will be accessed, or so we have to know the what is the difference of 10 service and 11 service also. So thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, comment on comment section. So we are reaching your subscribe we are reaching the near 100 subscribers. So please like, share, comment on comment box. Please subscribe my channel for more informations. If you want any topic to explain, please comment in comment section. I will explain you the topic and I will provide the full material for the topic. So thank you for watching this video.